Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The previous speakers have raised most of the issues, so I'll only add a few points. As the chairman has said, from the practical point of view of what we are already doing in Kenya. And the first point is that when we are talking of building resilience, we need strong collaboration and synergy among the stakeholders involved in building resilience activities. What we need to do is to expand the efforts already underway in most of the countries to improve the interagency and intersectoral collaboration. When I go to most of the countries, then I find that stakeholders are working together. It's already going on. We just need to strengthen that one. And for example, in Kenya, we have now a blueprint on ending drought emergencies. And we are bringing all the stakeholders together to implement that blueprint under what we are calling the joint programming framework. And we are doing this because, number one, building resilience requires the involvement of different actors at different levels. You require the involvement of the national government. You require the involvement of county governments or sub-national levels. And you require the involvement of the communities. If that one is not done, then I don't think we can achieve much. We also know from our observations and from research that has been done that a single sector approach does not achieve good results in the dryland areas. You need to do things in an integrated way. And also in the common programming approach, it allows the various stakeholders to bring out their strength and build synergies. And finally, the cost of doing some of these things are very high, and no single institution or even the government can go it alone. So the only option we have is in terms of collaboration, and we need to build a very strong collaboration. Point number two is on the issue of stability. We need permanent institutions. We also need long-term strategies and mechanisms if we want to build resilience. I'm talking this way because in Kenya we have already established the National Drought Management Authority is a permanent institution to work on behalf of the government to take leadership in all the issues of drought management, including building resilience. Building resilience takes place over at least a generation. It is longer than a time frame for any single program. It is longer than even a time frame for any government, because most governments stay for 5 years or 8 years. And it's longer than any posting of any individual. So you need a permanent institution that can provide continuity. One thing we want to be cautious about always coming with new ideas or new tools, and people are always reinventing the wheel. We're already doing so many things that can work, that just need to be given time. So as we think of new things and reinventing the wheels, we are recommending that please, let's also improve on what is already there, what you are using, and what is working. There's no need of bringing something in today. Tomorrow we throw it away, bring in another thing for 1 year, then we throw it away, and we'll keep on trying things and not doing much. The last point, I'm just summarizing because most of the speakers have talked about this, is on the issues of foundations or the enablers for development, or what we are calling the enabling environment. We don't think that we can talk of building resilience if we don't have some of the basics in some of these areas. For example, peace building and conflict management. Where we don't have peace is one condition. If it's not there, don't even talk about building resilience. The issues of sustainable livelihoods. Also the issues of human capital. The issues of infrastructure. And the general disaster risk reduction. These are some of the basics that if they are not there, even if you do other things, then the other things will not work very well. We are saying this because in some of these drylands, they are not equal, or the development in the drylands, in some of the drylands, are not equal to the developments in the other ecosystems. For example, you'll find that in the pastoral areas and in some of the semi-arid areas, the literacy levels, especially among women, is still very low. The school enrollment is still very low. And the general development issues are still very low. And therefore, if we don't have this, the issue of foundations for development, then we cannot do much in some of those areas. And as we do all these things, we must also take care of climate change and adaptation issues. So, Mr. Chairman, that's the end of my presentation. I'm just adding to what the other stakeholders have said. Thank you very much.